check that, but it is that hazy today. It's that high humidity, that much heat distortion. I feel like I shouldn't just have to say that on repeat, but there's still people that seem to think focus needs to be checked again. But there we go, guys. Welcome. Hi. How is everybody? Is everybody okay? Is everybody surviving the heat? Oh, I'm eating quick. I am starving. Okay. Not touching anything anymore. Hope you guys are happy. So weird. Okay. Hopefully everything's actually going to work from now on. When we get back to the, when it gets closer to when things are happening, I'll zoom in for a little bit, and then I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to keep you guys not on a tracking camera, and I'm going to focus on tracking with another camera. So if I mess it up, at least I only mess up my other one. All right. Well, that was weird. Seeing all sorts of weird things out here. Sorry, I'm not even ready to talk yet. I gotta eat. I'll get to you guys in a second. I love you guys, and I'm glad that you're here hanging out to witness the world's most powerful flying water tower. Maybe world's most powerful water tower. I don't know. Definitely the world's only flying water tower that I know of. Again, sorry that it is so stinking loud and windy and horrible heat distortion. Okay, I think I'm ready to tweet that I'm like actually ready. The worst thing is everything was perfectly fine until I hit go live. And that's just the way this stuff works. But hopefully got rid of all the gremlins first. I don't remember if I've seen the fire truck, to be honest. I haven't been paying any attention. Ooh, I like that on Reddit. I'm being called Time Dodd, the everyday astronaut. That's pretty cool. As in, never on time Dodd. That was good. Nutrition. Nutrition is not a bad thing. If you guys need a pro tip in life, it's nutrition's not a bad thing. Everyday astronomer. Yeah. Who was it that had that as their in that article? Credit as it was like in Gadget or Gizmodo or something. Credit everyday astronomer. Like, what are you doing? How? It's like right there on the screen. All right, according to Trevor Mallman, I will trust Trevor Mallman with my life. If he said the fire truck left, then guess what? The fire truck left. Okay, kids. I'm gonna pull up the other chat here, get you guys going, and I'll get caught up here, and I'll start actually, you know, what's that called? Telling you about things. Giving you guys the information that I have. Things and stuff. Stuff and things. Okay. Let me do one more thing. Yeah, there is no, I do not have a launch countdown timer. I had to get rid of OBS. That was not working, unfortunately. I really, really wish it was, because it was a pretty slick looking system. And I really wanted that to work. You know what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to buy like a laptop that can handle 1 billion degrees heat, radiation hardened. I might actually have to get a PC. As much as I do love Macs, they definitely do not take thermal considerations as a priority at all. They're like, how thin can we make this? That's number one. How thin can it fit? Can this laptop fit in someone's back pocket? No? Then it's too thick. And yes, will it catch on fire if it's above 85 degrees in the room? Yes. But will it look cool on fire? Yes. That's the priority. So maybe for this type of stuff, I don't mind upgrading for you guys, because it's more or less it would save me the like headache. So maybe I'll have to get like an Alienware, something with 40,000 fans that blow 20 degrees cool air directly on the CPU at all times. There we go. I'll do something. I don't know what I'll do. All right, let's catch up to you guys. Well, let me first give you guys the rundown on what we're doing, what we're looking at, what today is. Again, just as a friendly reminder, update you guys on all of the things that I know. So here we go. Here's the rundown. You guys are looking at SpaceX's StarHopper prototype flying Raptor test stand, basically. This is a stainless steel vehicle with 2 tanks inside there, a liquid methane tank and a liquid oxygen tank. Fueled up with less than 30 metric tons of propellant, so a mixture of less than 30 metric tons of the two of them. And it has serial number 6 Raptor engine hanging off the bottom of it, which is a full flow stage combustion cycle liquid methane powered rocket engine. It's the most advanced rocket engine in the world, featuring 2 pre-burners, count them, 2, 1 fuel rich, 1 oxidizer rich. The oxidizer rich needs crazy SX500 unbelievably strong metal alloy that can handle high temperatures, high pressure, and not explode when exposed to really high heat and high oxygen rich environments. This vehicle also has 6 sets of RCS pods on it. They are pulled literally from the inner stage of Falcon 9 rockets. They're the same cold gas thrusters that are seen on the inner stage. The Falcon 9 only has 2 on the inner stage.
I just posted a video today of it doing a test.
Oh, sweet.
I sunk the sound with video taken at the pad.
Nice.
So it's the sound as if you were standing there, but you can see it from here, and you can see the thrusters going.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jack posted a video of the thrusters going. You can see them. They kind of will do them in pairs and test them in pairs. And they shoot just their cold gas, so they're literally just compressed nitrogen, which is basically most of our atmosphere is nitrogen, and they just compress it, and then they shoot it out, these little things, and each of the 6 packs has 4 individual actual thrusters. So there's a lot of thrusters in there to help control for roll. They're also to help control a little bit of additional sideways momentum and control authority as well. This vehicle does not have any aerodynamic surfaces on it, so it is purely controlled by the gimbal of the engine and the 6 RCS pods. Yesterday, they got really close to ignition. It sounds like less than 1 second, about 0.8 seconds to T0. That's when they're doing the spin ups of the test, and they have to fire up. There's 2 pre-burners again, one for the fuel, one for the oxidizer. It sounds like the fuel pre-burner there's 2 torch igniters. One or both of them did not light, so the vehicle immediately aborted the procedures from there on, and then we got stuck waiting for waiting and to hear what happened. And then they called it for the day. They apparently went out to the pad and fixed things up, got it going, and here we are again today, a reset 24 hours later. Hey Jack, where'd you post that video on your Twitter? The Jack Beyer.
Thanks.
At the Jack Beyer. You'll see that RCS test fire. Yeah. So there you go. That's kind of the rundown for today. How are you guys? I don't know if it's thermal conditions. Yeah, probably it's thermal conditions. All right, let's catch up with you guys. That's the rundown for today. They got the torch igniters tested out, redid some wiring or whatever. Had to, unplug them, plug them back in. They're ready to go. Ray, David, Jason, thank you guys for your memberships. That really means a lot. Art of Expectations, thank you so much for saying hi. Leo, hoppy hop. Thank you, Leo. Evan, Tim, continue doing what you're doing. You're educating myself and my toddler. He is interested in space already, in part thanks to you. Well, thank you, Evan. That's awesome. And thanks for showing the youth of tomorrow and today, I guess the adults of tomorrow, the youth of today, getting them excited about spaceflight. That's awesome. Ash Daddy, how's it going? So, Tim, do you still think a 50-pound rabbit is a big rabbit? Really? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to stick with my guns and absolutely proclaim that a 50-pound rabbit is large. There we go. Still sticking to it. Turn Racing, which pixel is the water tower? Hey, come on. All 9 of them. Footy Nut Guy, sounds like you're in the UK. Rain. No, there's definitely no rain. There's a lot of... I wish there was rain. If it rained last night again, just to take out some of that humidity and cool it down 10 degrees, I would be just so happy. But it's miserable out here. But do it for the hop. Backpackers Kitchen, greetings from Poland. Thank you, Backpackers. Jake, you're welcome. Thanks for saying hi. Woody, hello. Woo, hello. Jared Smith, nice shirt. Where can I get one? Oh, man, you caught early glimpses again of the full flow stage combustion cycle shirts that we have back in the store. If you guys want that shirt, we're doing a 3rd run of them. Run number 3 is go, but we're doing pre-orders for them as we wait for there's custom sew-on tags that go on some of these newer edition of shirts, and there's like a 3-week leeway time. We sold out of them last week, so we got that order in, and we're doing pre-orders on them now. So those are open if you want to make sure you get this run of full flow stage combustion cycle shirts, or pointy end up, flamey end down long sleeve shirts, or hoodies, or normal hats, or everyday astronaut hats, or whatever, patches. We have those LED moons, 3D printed LED moons back in stock. I'm going to offer up, there's going to be a lot of cool things in the store here in the next month or two, including the Starman hoodies are finally, the goal is to have it ready by fall, so almost a year later, they're finally going to be ready for you guys. everydayastronaut.com/shop. We also, don't forget, have for once the new RUD section. That's the rapid unscheduled discount section, where you can get up to 40% off shirts and a couple hoodies. Maybe the hoodies are all sold out now. So if you want those, limited edition, limited time, get them while they're gone. Help us close out some inventory so we can make room for the new shirts that are coming and the new stuff that's coming. everydayastronaut.com/shop. And again, if you work for the aerospace industry, you can take 25% off. So if you're sitting at your desk right now at work and you were like, hey, wait, I work at SpaceX, guess what? You can click on the link in the apparels and anything that you're looking at, click on it, put your email in there. All it will do is pop you a coupon code for 25% off as a thank you for your hard work, as a thank you for inspiring me and for helping getting humanity into space. I'm working on a way to give it to students. I think students deserve a discount too, but without, I don't know how a good way to do that. Maybe I'll just make it so all EDU addresses can get a certain percentage off or something, but I'll work on a way to filter that. Yeah, that's my way of thanking you guys for doing what you do. And yeah, so thanks for all of that. Okay, here we go. Linda, thanks for the membership. Ryan Radcliffe, here comes everyone in chat asking you to focus. I'm sure it will continue to happen. We all know how this works. We've been here enough. Doug, is Elon making tunneling machines to dig tunnels on the moon and Mars because it will be easier than building on the surface? Doug, I think if you look at every technology that Elon Musk invests in and is circling and evolving his life around in his companies, we have SpaceX, obviously interested in getting humans to Mars. We have Tesla, which makes solar panels and battery packs, and of course electric motors, which all would be utilized on Mars. Then we also have the Boring Company, which would be capable of boring habitats and things like that for Mars, which is really cool. So yeah, I think it's safe to say eventually we'll see a boring machine, the Boring Company boring machine on the surface of Mars and the moon, digging out habitats for humans to live long term. Super, super, super cool. Mars Mountain, thank you. Roman Spinka, cheers from Vienna, Austria. Thanks. Hello, Vienna. AK, thank you so much for saying hi. CJT, whoa, A, or we're one, I mean, thank you. Brandon Flanagan, better now than at T-2. Exactly. I'm glad we got the kinks worked out now. This hopefully will be a better live stream than yesterday for me. That was my ultimate nightmare, like setting it up all day, having a really decent running stream, and then having it just take an absolute poop at the last second. Perfect. Deep South ROV, thank you so much. FRIIX, backup plans, screenshot. Oh yeah, the drawing. I read that earlier. That's so awesome. Thank you. Bruce, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Christopher, hella. Greetings from Norway. Can't wait for the launch. Me either. I have a good feeling about today. I think today is going to be go. Hey, I just saw a notification that the SpaceX's CRS-18 Dragon safely returned from the edge of space and drogue chutes have been deployed. That's good because it does have some of those, a few different metallic and or ceramic heat shields being tested for StarShip. They actually went and put like 4 small test strips on the Dragon capsule and tested to see how it handled re-entry, which is really, really cool. Some actual real world data. And we'll see, I guess, which ones, I don't know if they're 4 different ones or what, but we'll see how they held up on Dragon re-enter, and those will probably be used, that data will be used to determine what will end up on StarShip. David, thank you, you're welcome. Evan, yay, I'm glad that I inspire your son. That's so cool, Evan. Again, thanks for all of you parents that tune in and hope to learn and watch with me and watch as I learn, because I'm still, guys, don't forget, 5 years ago I couldn't have told you what an SRB was. I couldn't have told you what a solid rocket booster is. I could have pointed to a space shuttle and said that's a space shuttle. I could have pointed to a Saturn V and said that's a Saturn V, but that was it. So this is, I'm still relatively, in the grand scheme of things, relatively new to all this stuff. So if you are listening and learning, there is a lot to learn, but it's a lot of fun to do so. And I hope that I'm helping to be able to provide ways to be able to learn and join in the action. Because it can be intimidating. There's a pretty big learning curve here. And there's a really big Dunning-Kruger effect where you think you have kind of those answers, and then you realize how much you don't know. I am like in the valley of the Dunning-Kruger effect right now, especially even with something like aerospike engines, like that video I'm working on about aerospikes. Again, 15 pages into it now. I thought at the beginning of the video I was gonna be able to type that thing up in 2 days because I'm like, I know how these work. And then like once I really dove into the math and really dove into the physics and really dove into the thermally backwards aspect of aerospikes, I realized, wow, I have a lot to learn. I have a lot more research to do and a lot of numbers to find to actually get the correct data on this. So yeah. All right, Stuart, Tim, best of luck with your stream tonight. Thank you so much, Stuart. NNNN, it's hot in London as well. I've heard London's had some like record-breaking temperatures lately. Yeah, this is not very conducive for humans when it's 110-degree heat index, but oh well. Obvious troller, Tim, you're an absolute savage for hanging out in the middle of nowhere filming water towers. Thank you for your hard work and go StarHopper. Thank you. Yes, go StarHopper, go SpaceX. By the way, I complain a lot about the heat. Can you imagine the SpaceX employees? Can you imagine having to work underneath a vehicle on top of hot concrete? Oh, no thank you. Oh, it's just nuts. Siang Tog, nice to see you back. Sounds like minus 12 decibels is the right amount. Thanks for saying hi. Ronnie, what do you think Elon will surprise everyone with on this Starship presentation? Ronnie, I don't know. He's been so open on Twitter these days that I don't know what he could honestly surprise us. I don't know if he needs one more thing this year, because it's like we're actually seeing it. He's been updating us on Twitter almost the entire year. Basically, 2019 is the year of, I'm going to answer people's unbelievably detailed questions about Starship on Twitter. So I don't know what he'd surprise us with anymore these days. It seems like we kind of know a lot of things, but there's still a lot to learn and a lot of details that I want to get honed in on. But I don't really have a good speculation of what he could really surprise us with or wow us with. Other than, I guess, I think we'll probably start seeing the fins pop up on StarHopper or the Starship Mark 1 and 2. And we might be surprised with how those work. I'm still betting, I'm not sure, but I honestly would be shocked if it's the same fin configuration that we had last time for the bottom. I am thinking that they're going to go closer to something like what we saw for the 19 presentation, where they had more just the two body flaps and moving the legs onto the body, more like Falcon 9 or something. Because that's all you actually need for control authority. You need those 4 body flaps to be able to handle your pitch, yaw, and roll in that skydiver position, because it will never fly like an airplane. It'll only go in basically perpendicular to the, windward. It will be its belly flopping. That's its prograde vector. So I just have a hard time seeing it having the 3 fins like what we saw. And also, when you can't collapse that third fin on the way down. They actually had the fins extended, all 3 of them, when the landing legs were attached. And if you're going backwards in the atmosphere for the landing burn, it's actually really unstable, because your big, huge control surfaces, big, huge aerodynamic surfaces are in front of the vehicle. I know that, trust me, I know Kerbal Space Program is not a good analog for rocket engineering, but based on the fact that you had to have those fully retracted and fully out there in order to do the landing, it just seemed really unstable. It seemed aerodynamically backwards. So I could see them going down to 2 and having them be able to retract for landing, because that just seems to make sense. And then they don't have the dead weight of the third one. That's my speculation. That's what I think might be a surprise this year. Is that it'll be kind of a mixture between the Deer Moon one that we saw with the 3 tall and the body fins from kind of the body flaps more from 2017 BFR presentation. Let's see here. EAU Burtbon. You're crazy, man. Thanks for your dedication. You're welcome. Creepy readings. Really love your channel, Tim Cannon. Well, thanks for saying hi, Cannon. And thanks for hanging out with us. JR Nee, get yourself some water / beer on me. Hydrate. Yeah, I'll take a little hydration break here soon. Razor 293. Grats for realizing that MacBooks don't have the best thermals. I've always known that. Just haven't ever changed to a different computer. Chris Holdick, how does this compare in mass size to Starship? So StarHopper is the same width, same diameter as Starship. It's 9 meters wide, about 30 meters tall, and the actual Starship itself, the upper stage, will be probably over 55 meters tall. It's going to be really, really tall, so almost twice as tall as what we see on the pad now. And just based on what we're seeing built out here, MK1 Starship and MK2 Starship in Florida, I mean, it honestly it's going to be twice as tall as this, at least. And then that's just the upper stage. Then there's still the booster, which will be, again, another 60, 70 meters tall or something ridiculous. This is going to be a huge, huge, huge vehicle. Biggest rocket ever made. Yep, it's going to be really cool. And of course, it'll be a lot heavier. Again, this is probably somewhere estimating between 80 to 130 tons or so, fueled up today, and it will never be more than 30 metric tons of propellant on the vehicle. Starship will have substantially more than that, hundreds of metric tons of propellant on just the upper stage alone. So it'll be a lot heavier. That's why I'll require more engines to push that mass around. Malu5531, thanks for your excellent coverage. You're welcome. Nicholas, thanks for the membership. Pedro Gonzalez, is it possible to adjust the bell shape in flight to cater to the atmospheric pressure? Would it be feasible with Raptor using the new alloy? So, short answer, no. There's extendable nozzles like the RL10B 2 has an extendable vacuum nozzle that's mostly there to have a really, really, really long nozzle extension and not have a crazy, crazy, crazy big inner stage. Apparently the mass works out, and the ISP advantage of having that long of a nozzle extension, that it's easier to have it extend out, but it doesn't do that really like from sea level and then extend it out into a vacuum. That could be done, but I think just in general, it's not really worth the extra mass and complexity. And it's definitely, there's no way currently of like any dilating thing, like, you know, how the tail of like an SR-71 or a jet has those vectoring abilities and can vector using, it can vector and change the exhaust with some kind of like, I don't really, like almost like an aperture and some vanes almost. I don't think that's possible on rocket engines. They're just too hot and they need to be actively cooled. They can't withstand that temperature that long. Kyle Earth C137, you're welcome for sticking it out. By the way, I'll let you guys know when if we see venting or anything like that, but so far we're just kind of hanging out. All right. Oh, and Muppet Numpty65, you're welcome again. And oh yeah, M. Wiseman, I think I said hi to you. Thank you for your membership. Nicholas, thank you. Tunushi, get your gas to Mars. I like that. Michael Benarek should buy a thick old ThinkPad. Love the channel. That might be what I have to do. Whatever can handle the heat, I guess. Patricia Lund, can you put the link to the dude from yesterday that only has 4 sub on Patreon? Patricia, yes I can. Let's see how I do this.
My girl.
Thanks,
Patricia.
Patreon.com/Jack Bayer. I'm putting it in the chat. Get ready. I'm going to copy this and do it a few times. That's Jack. He did pretty good. Thanks to you guys for helping out. Friendly reminder that this stuff is really expensive, and all the people that come out here all the time to do this stuff, you know, that travel from across the country, like Trevor Mallman again. Definitely, if you follow a photographer on Twitter and you really appreciate their efforts, including all the people at NASA Spaceflight, whoever you follow, see if they have a Patreon. This is my invitation as you as a creator, if you're listening to this, use Patreon as a way to, if your fans like what you're producing, I mean, it's hard these days if you spend, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours on content. And if people find it valuable, I think Patreon's such a valuable tool for us content creators. So, of course, huge thank you to my patrons, but also go support your local rocket photographer, your local rocket stalker, your favorite, artist, whoever it is. Get on Patreon, see if they're there, find them, and help them out. Because I promise you that $1 a month or whatever you're able to give is the difference between being able to continue doing it and having to hang up the hat. So I know that the first year of me doing Everyday Astronaut full-time was absolutely terrifying. And by the end of the year, I finally found, like, it seemed like it was actually going to be possible. So that's all thanks to Patreon. So, yeah. So do it. Hit them up, guys.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, baby. Let's see here. Caprion, thanks for the reset. You're welcome. Patricia says that Bill Gates is in the chat. That would be amazing. Bill Gates, if you're here and you have a check mark by your name, say hi again. That'd be really cool. All right. Malu5531, to who asked, not currently possible to adapt shape of the nozzle in flight due to size and material constraints. Work good enough with overexpanded nozzles, for 30 to 50%. That's kind of the whole thing. And thank you, Malu, for pointing that. That's kind of the whole thing, is like, is it worth it? Is the nozzle extension and the extra vacuum specific impulse that you gain from having a longer vacuum nozzle, is that actually worth it compared to the mass, the complexity, the risk associated with having extendable nozzles, the cooling? If you can't actively cool it, is it going to be a heavier nozzle extension? There's a lot of variables at play. There's been some concepts for inflatable nozzle extensions, which is kind of interesting and crazy that it actually got studied that far, because you just think it'd be way too hot. But the cool thing is the exhaust does cool down an awful lot. Drone ship with wings Folded traveling through Panama Canal. Apparently Elon just tweeted about that. That's fun. But yeah, pretty fun. Okay, so Rob, can you make normal shirts? I don't wear hats. I think we could make normal shirts. Let me know if you guys want that. That sounds pretty fun. I could definitely do that. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty fun. Just straight up normal. We can do that. Consider it done. Chazzy Mac, glad to be back for day 2. Hope you get plenty of H2O. Good reminder. I'm going to do that right now quick. Everyone, water up. Cheers to the water.
I'm normally that guy when we're out camping, because, I'm driving the truck. I'm kind of like, hey, everyone drink water. Don't forget, drink water.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good reminder.
It's important, man. It is straight up nasty out here. Water-like substance in Nomad's case. At least, hey, it appears to be a soda of some type. Very hydrating. Did you guys hear that? Was there just an RCS fire? I don't know, it sounded like it. Haven't seen any action yet as far as venting or not venting, or venting a lot, or venting none. All right, let's keep going here for you guys. Oh, is that just the tent that I hear? It sounds like it. Oh, the tent fooled me. All right, John Murphy, what are your thoughts on Nuke Mars? I don't know. I'd really want that to be studied pretty heavily. I know there's some concepts out there. I don't know. I don't know enough about that. I know none of the... I'm definitely not a geologist or a astrophysicist or a guy that knows what happens when you nuke Mars, so I really don't have a valid opinion on that. I know that Elon's obviously in favor of potentially using that to warm up and make Mars more habitable, releasing CO2 into the atmosphere, thickening the atmosphere, warming up the planet a little bit. I don't know how that would work. Maybe just crash an asteroid into it, redirect that would be cool. Redirect an asteroid with like StarShip, push it into Mars. Although, I don't know, that might create another ice age. I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything. That's my thoughts on it. TBD. Devin Rott, thanks for being out there. You're welcome. Caver Eric, how's it going? Elon's brother is growing high quality produce in shipping containers. You're right. I think that's super, super cool. I want that for I want that to be the norm for restaurants. They just have a shipping container on the roof that's like a mobile farm, that's just a local farm for the restaurant. I think that'd be super, super cool. I think that's kind of what he's doing. And I definitely think that sounds like a cool, sustainable way for the future. Awesome stuff. Oh, and you're right. And as far as, I see why you said that, not because it's cool, but because it pertains to Mars. So yes, that would be a vital thing to have on Mars is produce in shipping containers. So he probably delegated that work off to his brother, who is working on sustainable farming in shipping containers, which could then be shipped off to Mars and have fresh food waiting for astronauts to dive into. Rob Dowson, which way is the landing pad, to the left or to the right? I think from here it's to the left. The angle's a little weird. I think it'll be somewhat behind like the 3 tall LOX towers that we see on the left. I think that's about where it'll land. Somewhere a little bit to the left. Simone, thank you. Knife Guy, how's it going? Thank you. Trent, 1963, hello. Mark SJ, Tim, does John Innsbrucker get a cut of your normal hat income, or did Innsbrucker SpaceX give you explicit permission to produce and sell the hat? Well, I actually, a friend gave me the design. It's not a trademark or copywritten phrase. Yeah, so the person, a certain individual who made a certain hat of similar nature gave me the file for that, so gave me the permission to use it. It's not trademark or copywritten, but a certain person did a thing, a friend did a thing for me and got a thumbs up. So that's all I can say about that. Yeah, because it's not like a... There you go. I can't really say too much more, unfortunately. But yeah, we're good to go. Thank you for your thoughts on that. Ooh, what is this? Christian, that is not my setup, by the way, Joey, S4B. That's not my setup. I am not on that. So that's not it. Alpha, hey Tim, that channel with 24/7 live streams, which you copyright struck a few months ago, is back again. Any chance to go get it down? Really? The Space Official channel? That really honestly bugged me because they were live streaming launches like they were taking replays of launches and treating it as if they were live, saying like live now. They're being extremely misleading, making a lot of people even like get more confused about what launches actually are. Like, no, I just watched that yesterday, and you'd be like, no, that launch was 2 months ago, but it said live. It wasn't live, you know, and it's just misleading and spreads misinformation. It also makes people, if people are confused about spaceflight and the timing and all that stuff, it just does not help anybody. So I will fight that fight again because I think that's very dishonest. Yeah. I'll take a look at that when I have a minute, by the way. Knife Guy, how's it going? Hi, Tim. Well, hop today. Greetings from Austria. I mean, all things are looking good. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near T-minus, like, it'll be over an hour at this point because we haven't seen any chill-in on the LOX farm. We haven't seen anything saying that the vehicle is loading and pressurized. So it's definitely not going to happen at 4 o'clock Central, which was 21 UTC. So stand by for an update on that. Yeah. All right. Luca, Elon, phone John Carmack, please. Deal. I will tell him. I don't know. MVP JJ, thank you. Martin Alsop. So it looked like you enacted your jump off the roof plan a little bit prematurely yesterday. Can I suggest you only jump if round end is down? Martin Alsop, let me explain. So what happened yesterday was out of nowhere, my camera decided it's just going to turn off and turn on and turn off and turn on and turn off and turn on repeatedly every second until I unplugged the lens, which is just the weirdest thing. I unplugged the lens, put it back on, unplugged everything, took out the battery, did everything, and then it was finally ready to go. So yeah, that's my life out here. I have no idea really why that happened. So yeah. All right. Joe Tyson, thanks for the membership. Johnny Verhoeven, hey Tim, greetings from Belgium. Just a question: what do you think is most likely would be? I'm not going to say what is most likely to go wrong. I'm going to say what would be most likely. I think the most worrying thing for everybody is actually just straight up the Raptor engine fulfilling a nice, clean, perfectly operated 60-second burn. Or around 60-second burn for this flight plan, because just because of the maturity of the engine. It's not a very mature engine. It's still pretty, although it's in production, it's still a pretty developmental engine and still has some growing pains, some teething pains. And of course, if that engine cuts out in the middle of this flight, it's going to be a scary day. It's going to be a very scary day, and I personally don't want to see that. So that's what I'm definitely like most worried about. So. Eddie Brosnan, for all those asking in chat, launches at 21 UTC, minus 31 minutes. Yeah, Eddie, we're not going to see that yet because it has not begun fueling or anything like that. So I'll let you guys know once we see the fog rolling on the left of those LOX, the big LOX tanks. Once we see what looks like fog rolling in, that is kind of the signs of about T-minus 1 hour or so. So I'll let you guys know. George, thank you very much. Michael, George, thanks for the membership. Michael, can you explain the new ignition system? So torch igniters basically just are like a high-powered arc welder, basically. Like literally a giant spark plug in not only in the combustion chamber, but they also have them in each pre-burner as well. And they have some for redundancy. I think there's 2 of them per combustion chamber and per pre-burner and things like that. So what happens is when the fuel and oxidizer come in contact, they obviously won't ignite. But if they partially ignite, it can be really bad, and it can lead to these big hiccups and big shock waves and different. Basically, it can run. So what you need is a nice, clean ignition and an instantaneous, like reliable ignition source, repeatable, reliable. And it's instead of using what Falcon 9 uses with its Merlin engines is TTEB. And what happens with TTEB, it's triethyl aluminum triethyl boron, and it's in a single COPV, a single like pressure vessel, and they inject that into the combustion chamber. And once liquid oxygen starts flowing, it actually begins to ignite, and so it becomes this really it becomes an instant flame basically as soon as it touches oxidizer. It's pyrophoric. It's not hypergolic, but it's pyrophoric. And as soon as it touches oxygen, it just goes crazy. So they use that as the ignition source. But on Raptor, since you can't refuel that on Mars, you can't go make T-Tab on Mars and therefore can't get off Mars. What they ended up doing is having spark ignition. And these spark igniters need to be extremely, extremely powerful, reliable, and redundant. So that's what they're working on here. Yeah, there you go. Abno Creations, merch idea, rocket engine shaped thermoses or cups that say rocket fuel or oxygen hydrogen, make stackable with booster style too. That would be super cool. We have worked on I've worked on a few different like drink containers of sorts, still debating on what's best. We're working with some prototypes and stuff. Yeah, if anybody happens to make like custom glassware or something that can look like a rocket, or metalware cups or something, I don't know, hit me up. That would be pretty sweet if it was like 6 or 8 stackable cups that ended up being the shape of a rocket. I'd be pretty into that. Good idea. MVPJJ, love your work. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Doc Paul, hi from New Zealand. Where did that go? Really appreciate the content. Well, thanks, Doc. I really appreciate your beautiful country. I can't wait to go back. I really want to go back and visit my friends at Rocket Lab again. I should definitely say, by the way, guys, I am disappointed in you. If you are watching right now, if you're one of the 386,000 subscribers that subscribed to me but did not watch my video on Rocket Lab's recovery plans for their Electron rocket, I am disappointed. Shame on you. I am wagging my finger in displeasure, because I really that video, I learned a lot again on that video. As always, I don't just make a video about like, here's their plans and like regurgitate their presentation or show you some PowerPoint or something. I dive into the history. You compare the re-entry velocities of the Electron compared to the Falcon 9, compared to things like the Space Shuttle solid rocket boosters, compared to the fairings of a Falcon 9, and also compared to the first stage of the Vulcan. So there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I learned a lot. I finally got to talk about the Corona satellites, which was air recovery from space in the freaking 60s, 50s and 60s. We started recovering things from outer space using air recovery. There's a lot of fun stuff in that video. When you're done watching, or if you have a second thing that you're watching, or another device you're watching on, pull that up. Can Rocket Lab really catch a rocket with a helicopter? It's a crazy plan. There's a lot of cool stuff. I actually got direct information from Rocket Lab about how they plan to do that. Please watch that and watch it all the way through. I'm sad because I love that video. I learned a ton, and I think you guys would love it too. And check it out. Share it with a friend, and also be excited because number 10 booster, they just launched their 8th flight, Rocket Lab. Number 9 will collect more data, and number 10 will be the first block upgrade of the Electron rocket, and it will start having recovery hardware on it. And that is exciting. So that'll be this year. I'll tell you all about it.
Also, it's good to learn about Corona because it's kind of similar to what Vulcan's going to be doing eventually.
Exactly. Yeah, so Jack's talking about how learning about the Corona satellites is the air recovery method, basically that ULA will be utilizing for the smart reuse system, where they recover the engines from the BE-4 engines from the Vulcan rocket. And just for a fun little fact, it's going to be like 4,000 kilometers downrange, 4,000 or 5,000 kilometers downrange. That booster burns for over 4 minutes, like 4.5 minutes. It ends up so far downrange. That's like 3 times further than even a Falcon Heavy mission. So that thing is almost orbital velocity. It's like over 20,000 kilometers an hour. It's going to be screaming and hot, and then it's going to be swooped out of the air with a helicopter. Pretty crazy. Let's see. I'll let you guys know when venting starts. I'll tweet it out, but it does seem like, my guess would be they're probably targeting something more like 5 p.m., which would be 22 UTC, kind of like yesterday, that was their new T0. Yeah. Let's see here. Yep, so Rex, I got you covered. I will tweet when we see venting. Oh man, I'm totally gonna mess up your name, but I'm just gonna say, Jurgen, thanks for saying hi. Chazzy Mac, how close do you think they are to stacking StarShip? You mean the parts of StarShip? I just want to be clear that what we're seeing Mark 1 and Mark 2 are most likely just the suborbital prototypes of the upper stage, because that's going to have a lot of development. That has to worry about the re-entry velocities, it has to worry about the belly flop maneuver and the weird aerodynamic characteristics of the vehicle. So I don't think those, my guess, this is totally a guess, maybe we'll learn more at the presentation, I'm thinking that those will never actually be stacked up on a booster. I think they're going to be two kind of, they're basically like the F9R. If StarHopper is the grasshopper to the Falcon 9, then the Mark 1 and Mark 2 prototypes are going to be like the F9R, where they serve a purpose to learn how to fly through the atmosphere and do the landing with a vehicle of this size, of this scale, with these aerodynamic surfaces, with Raptor engines. Yeah, and this new fuel and all that stuff. So that's my guess. So just clarifying that I don't think we'll see it stacked on top of a full booster. These particular ones, I'm guessing we'll see a more refined vehicle when it comes time to do that. But as far as what we see here, Starship Mark 1 and Mark 2, I think we'll start seeing stuff stacked on top of it. The nose go up hopefully in the next couple weeks, and then we'll start seeing the control surfaces put on, the body flaps and all that stuff. Someone asking about the scale real quick, I'll remind you, this thing's 9 meters wide, 30 feet wide. It is, let's see, it is, I'm pulling up my feed here. It's about 30 meters tall, so over 90 feet tall. It's just absolutely huge. Yeah, no, I like that framing still, because you can see the flare stack. You can also see the farm in the shot on the left. That'll be perfectly fine. Again, guys, I'm guessing we're probably looking at more like a T0 of 5 o'clock Central, which is 22 UTC. All right. So that's the answer there. Connor Williams, Tom Dude, the everyday astronomer. Yes, that's basically what that one article said. I think it was Popular Science. That's who it was. Popular Science had that attribution a little bit off, just a little bit. Sebastian, thanks for sitting in the middle of nowhere. Greetings from Germany. Dankeschön, Sebastian. Thanks for hanging out. MVP JJ, thanks again for saying hi. Joachim or Wacom, I'm sorry, I have no idea, but thank you so much for saying hi and appreciate your dedication and effort. You're welcome. Bradley Graham, only 2 people I support on Patreon, you and now Jack. Keep up the great work. Stay hydrated. Yay, Bradley.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was a thank you from Jack himself. That's awesome. Robert Hench, Tim, where are you currently situated and how did you get access with utilities? Well, Robert Hench, I am in Boca Chica Village on the roof of a private individual's house. And they have utilities out here. And it's pretty great. And we're 1.5 miles, 2.4 kilometers away. And it's quite exciting. Why are people wanting me? I'm not moving the camera to the right. This is great framing. I'm sorry. But the flare stack's on the right of the screen. If you want to move it, you can come on out here and move it yourself. But I'm happy with this because this way you can see the condensation that comes on the left and you can see the flare stack on the right. So, yep. If you want to move it, come on out here. Come on out to Boca Chica Village. That's the Boca Chica Village song. Juliet, can you give a shout out to my son, Joshua? Yes, hello, Joshua Van Ree. Thank you for tuning in with me today. Hoping that we see some history made. I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome. This StarHopper is just the wackiest thing that I think's flown since the Roton. The Roton was a rotary rocket concept that was, I think, wackier than this, but it was taken... I don't know. The concept is way crazier. This is just like, I can't believe they put it together so fast and just made it out of like literally water tower parts. So thanks for hanging out, Joshua and Juliet. Thanks for saying hi. Have fun today.
Since you bring up Roton, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, let's hear what you have to say about Roton. Here's
Jack
Jack talking about Roton.
If you want to go down a Wikipedia hole, there's like a, I forget what it's called, but it's like an experimental test pilot way that they would grade an aircraft. Oh, yeah. And the Roton got, I think, like a 1 or a 0, which means it's completely uncontrollable most of the time. Yeah. Which is not good for a spaceship.
Yeah, basically, like, all pilots deemed it, like, everyone said, like, I'll never fly that again. Like, the ones that did fly, because it's just a single rotor The thing is, since there's not it wasn't an engine turning the rotor, there were jet tips on the end of the rotors, so you could, I don't know, it was just the craziest concept, and it may or may not have worked at all. It really kind of didn't. Persist. Hey Tim, Everyday Astronaut, nice to see your live stream. We met at New Space Conference in San Francisco 2017. No way. Well, thanks for saying hi. That was fun. I want to go to more conferences. If you guys are doing a space conference, I want to do more speeches. I'm working on a pretty fun one next year. But if you guys want someone to come out and talk about a certain topic, especially if it's about like social media, or how to manage social media, or do public communications with general live stream. It's the Cooper-Harper is the criteria for test pilots and flight engineers to evaluate the handling qualities of an aircraft during test flight. Scale ranges from 1 to 10, 1 indicating the best handling characteristics and 10 the worst. The criteria are evaluative, and thus the scale is considered subjective. That's funny. So the Roton was definitely a 10.
Cooper-Harper rating scale.
Cooper-Harper rating scale. I love it. But yeah, I would love to go to more conferences. Last year I went to Space Fest, which was a lot of fun. I want more space conferences, or definitely like a SciComm conference. If you're putting on a SciComm conference, let me know. I want to be part of that. There's so many cool SciComm people out there. Destin and Physics Girl and Simone Yetch and Mark Rober. I mean, just all the cool people. Scott Manley, Amy Shira Title. There's tons out there that I'm a big fan of. So Joe Scott. So let me know if you guys do this. Oh, there we go. We finally have some condensation coming from the farm. Now you see why I have it framed the way I do, so we can see that condensation. So let's see. Time, we are 50. I'm guessing T0 is going to be about 5 again. So I'm going to keep this kind of rolling here. That's good news, everybody. Yeah, so if you see that fog rolling on the left, that is condensation from the LOX farm. Yay. Rick DeVette says, buy a better laptop, increase internet speed, and press like, get more people watching to enjoy. Well, I will go ahead and tell you this. Yes, if you would like to press the like button, that does help get people in here. It makes YouTube want to recommend it more. So if you're listening and enjoy the stream, enjoy the coverage, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Tell a friend if they want to learn about space and spaceflight that I've got you covered. I've done videos already about StarShip, why it's using stainless steel. I've done a video about StarHopper, what this thing is. I've done videos about the Raptor engine, the engine powering it, why it's the most powerful or most advanced rocket engine in the world. It's the first full flow stage combustion cycle engine to ever perform work. So if you are a fan of this stuff, please subscribe, tell a friend, come stop by, say hi and work. But as far as the laptop, you're right. I would love, let's see, I've got a decent connection here still, guys. Maybe refresh. I'm pushing 4 megs up because I have the best internet you can possibly get out here, which is 4 cellular modems bonded together. By the way, I used to think it was a $400 a month bill. It's a $560 a month bill to keep this thing running, but worth it. Worth it thanks to Patreon supporters. Yeah, I've got about $2,500 backpack worth of data trying to get you guys this live stream. So not only that, but there's also altogether I think I carried onto the roof somewhere close to 30 grand worth of stuff. So that's what we're dealing with. I would love to get a better laptop that can handle the thermals better. But as far as internet connection, this is the best I'm going to get until Starlink's available. So if you run Starlink, let me know. If you're looking for beta testers to test Starlink in the middle of nowhere, let me know. How cool would it be to be able to stream a SpaceX launch and live stream with Starlink? That would just be amazing.
I would love to have a Starlink antenna on the top of my Land Rover.
I want it so bad.
In the middle of the desert, with full service.
Dude, I want it. Yeah, I want it on my car so bad. But thanks, Rick. Oxymoron, thanks for everything. Yeah, good people, thank you. Vern Radcliffe, thanks for the membership and saying hi. Ad Ryan, where did he go? I did that thing where it jumps. In thrust we trust. Yes, we do. We're sure going to trust it to lift 100 metric tons off the ground today or whatever it is. Is it possible to get embroidery on tees and hoodies to make them last longer than SpaceX apparel? I'd buy that. Nicholas, well, we do screen printing, which is better than like when you do the those print-on-demand shirts that are just thermally printed on. We do screen print shirts, so they do last longer. If you wear out a screen printed shirt, you've probably worn it 100 to 200, 300 times or something. I mean, screen printing lasts a long time. So the Starman hoodie will have embroidery around the chest and a patch on the sleeve, on the shoulder. So yeah, just so you guys know, by the way, those Starman hoodies are extremely limited run when they come out. There's only going to be one run of them ever, because this has been the biggest headache I've ever had to deal with for merchandise. Had massive problems in manufacturing, had to like redo a bunch of stuff. Oh, I don't even want to rant about it. So as soon as if you're a Patreon, you guys will get first dibs on the Starman hoodies. And then there's a chance they'll get sold out then, because I think there's only 50 of them. So if you want the Starman hoodies, you better be getting notifications on Twitter and Patreon or something, because they will go very fast. But they're going to be really, 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 really cool. I do promise you that. Let's see, Matt Wang, Tim, could you give us a shot of your setup to give us some context of where you are relative to the launch site and what your setup is like? Matt, I do have that on Twitter. If you go to twitter.com, I can't change any shots here, unfortunately, since OBS and my setup that way was absolutely crapping the bed. So if you want to see that, go on Twitter. I posted it yesterday what the setup is. Yeah, I have two. I'll give you guys a rundown. I have two Z-Cam E2s, which are high-speed cameras. One's going to be running at 75 frames per second and 422 ProRes. The other is going to be running H.264 codec at 4K, 120 frames per second. They're both shooting at up to 600 millimeters. One is shooting on 600 millimeter f5.6. The other is shooting currently at about 300 millimeters, similar settings. So, yeah, that's kind of what. And then I also have a smaller Sony A6500 that I still need to set up, along with I need to set up the sound too. I need to get that rolling. I might have to take a break here in a second. Yeah. So that's kind of the setup, but go ahead and take a look at it on Twitter if you want to see a picture of it. Ooh, it looks like you're giving me a nice little bump for those. I'm guessing people did hit the like button. I think that seriously helps put it up on like the recommendation page, because we're at 26,000 people watching. So if you are watching and you enjoy this coverage and you want more HD stuff like this, shot from this vantage point, hit the like button. It's the easiest way you can help support what I do, and or subscribe if you aren't already. So yeah, let's see if we can get. Yesterday we had 62,000 people watching. I would love to see if we can get that number again today. That was so cool. That was 62,000 people wanted to see a water tower fly. That's utterly bonkers to me. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for coming back with me today again and putting up with my crap as I stream from the high heat, high humidity, long ways away. Driving 24 hours down here to do this, staying in Texas for almost 2 weeks, waiting to get this thing going.
In a lot of ways, this reminds me of when people had to be on quads for Falcon 1.
Yes. So Jack reminds Falcon 1, the first 4 flights for SpaceX were on a Falcon 1 vehicle that only ended up flying once successfully. But the team and the stuff that went on out there, it was like the wild, wild west, but in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Like, teams had to take like a 45-minute boat ride every day to get to the launch pad, and they slept on the floor and on like military cots, and were out there for months at a time in unbelievable heat. This sort of feels like that, where it's just like nutty things are going on. It feels like the wild, wild west out here, so it's pretty fun. Yes, Discord, you guys are here, and I do love you guys. Of course I love you guys. And again, if you guys do want to join our Discord channel and talk with the nerdiest people out there on the internet that are friendly and will help you learn and hang out and point you to good resources. And if you want to help me script and research, if that's your type of thing, or if you want to fact check and stuff like that, or whatever you want to do, however you want to participate, if you want to join our Discord channel, patreon.com/everydayastronaut. Come say hi, come hang out in our Discord. We do have a separate live stream. And yeah, I love you guys. Hi. Austin, Wolf, Andy, Ian the Pineapple, Tilzigurk/Benny. Hi guys. You guys are great. Lisa's in there. Ian, Dennis. I love you guys. seriously, there's so many people that help me on a day-to-day basis. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, Rob, Alec, Flo, you guys are so great. And Smash, you guys are amazing. Lord Seth, of course. Ghost Rider, always Ghost Rider helping out. Lisa Stoge, you guys are so great. Ol Matthias helping me with crazy web stuff. Oh, you're right, Lisa. I did say it wrong. It's Leaser. It is Leaser. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for making me feel loved. Robert, thank you. Aero Games, how do you feel about KSP2? Will I play also the new merchant deal? Let me just unplug that with an exploding rocket in the background. No rockets exploding. We don't want rockets to explode. That pushes progress back. It's scary and spooky. I don't want that. But yes, I'm super stoked for KSP2. Of course, if you don't know, I've played thousands of hours. I think well over 2,000 or 3,000 hours of Kerbal Space Program. Huge fan of that. 2 looks even better. Like I said this yesterday, my biggest gripe or my biggest hope for this second version is that they actually make it where you can, my biggest hope in life with this is that it handles the computer's resources better. So it handles multi-cores, it handles more RAM, it handles your graphics card better. So it has smoother operation, allowing bigger ships, bigger colonies without absolutely crapping the bed. That would be my dream for the version 2. If it does that, I'll be very, very, very excited.
There's times where I'll make something so big that I have to like get up and make dinner, let MechJeb launch it, and I'll come back and be like, okay, it's still fine, keep making dinner, like, because my computer just chugs.
Dude,
it's a good computer.
I know, even the best computer just chokes on Kerbal. I did this for a little while. I did like a 2,000 part ship, trying to break the 2 moon and back record, trying to get under 1 hour. And that was the type of thing where it's literally like one frame, I swear to God, a frame every 45 seconds or so. And it's just stupid. It was absolutely stupid. So I would love if they allow for like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 parts on-screen running physics without pooping the bed. Count me in. Vern Radcliffe, wow, thank you. Fellow Iowan, yes, supporting a fellow Iowan. Grew up in New Hampton, really? That's awfully close to me. You're doing great. It was hotter in the cornfields. Dude, I am as Iowan as it gets. I grew up to tasseling. I spent my summers literally walking dozens or a dozen miles through hot cornfields, pulling off the tops of corn for hours from sunrise till sunset. I am the most Iowan kid ever. You know, that was the way I was able to, that was how I bought like my first double bass drum kick pedal. I remember that was a big deal for me my first year of detasseling. After that, I saved up for a car, you know, and I used to mow. I'm like the ultimate Iowan kid, I think. So thank you so much, Vern Radcliffe. Say hi to Iowa for me. I've been home, I think I've been away 4 times more than I've been home in the past 3 months. So I'm really, really excited to be home for a little bit. I need it. I need it for sanity's sake. So thank you. Claudio, how are you? Thank you so much. Eddie Brosnan, thanks for the correction, Tim. There's still a lot of confusion about chat. Lift is more than an hour away. I'm thinking we're pretty much, again, T0 will be at 5 Central, which is 22 UTC. So we're 55 minutes away, most likely, around there, based on just kind of how we've observed these things in the past. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps. Oh, I also need, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, launch is probably within about an hour from now. We'll hopefully see ignition and launch. So, Chris Holdick, can you give us an idea of the scale? I did that a minute ago, but I'll remind you guys again. 9 meters wide. This is 1.5 miles away, 2.4 kilometers away. It's 9 meters wide, so 30 feet wide, 30 meters tall, so over 90 feet tall. This thing is huge. Weighs over 100 metric tons. There's 30 metric tons of prop loaded onto the vehicle. The engine is capable of 200 metric tons of thrust. This is a big, big, big thing. It's hard to appreciate. When you see a cherry picker under there with a person up on it working on an engine, then you kind of get the scale of how big this thing is. Definitely look, again, Jack and Trevor, Mary, Boca Chica Gal, and Austin. Check out their Twitter feeds. They've got a lot of good pictures where you get kind of a sense of scale to this thing. I haven't posted too much lately because I've kind of been focusing on this more. There's other people capturing those moments better than I am. So definitely go check them out. It's huge. Tom, thanks for the membership. Robert, when is the Aerospike coming out? This is going to be my new mantra. videos come out when they're done. Period. I'm not even going to guess when videos come out, especially when I'm trying to do travel like this. Every day I'm out here is a full day, totally void of being able to do any scripting. Travel days, it takes 4 days to get here and back. Those are 4 days gone. Lots of times a day spent packing or a day unpacking, a day doing all these things. So far, I've only really had, in the past like 2 weeks, I've really only had like 3 or 4 days dedicated to scripting and research. The rest have been traveling and arranging other work things and things like that. So it gets done when it gets done. And also, now that I'm animating so much stuff, doing so much more After Effects stuff, that stuff just takes time, it takes effort, and I think it's worth it in the long run. I'd rather have a really good video that still is worthwhile in 2, 3, 4 years than rush something out and try to put out a video once a week. My content is not good for that, because then it ends up being, I want to be pedantic, I want the information, I want to go down the rabbit holes in the research, get you the most reliable numbers on things like the J2T 250K toroidal or toroidal. I never know. I'll need to learn how to say that before I shoot the video. Toroidal. I'm done. I'm scratching that. Scratch that for today. The aerospike, basically. I've worked for days and days and days going through research papers from the 60s and 70s, working on finding the exact numbers so that it's reliable information, because I think that's more important than just relying on Wikipedia, relying on regurgitated information. I want to find the source on that stuff, and to me that makes for a better video and makes for more evergreen content. So let's see. So yeah, that's when it's coming out. It's coming out when it's done. Chris Holdick, what's 9 meters in human terms? How many Ferris wheels tall? How many Ferris wheels? It depends on the size of the Ferris wheel. I mean, there's Ferris wheels of all. It's exactly one Ferris wheel that's the size of StarHopper tall. That's exactly how tall it is. I don't know how to answer that one, my friend. That's hilarious. But human terms, well, I mean, a human's like less than 2 meters tall. This thing's, so it's like stack 15, 18 people on top of each other. There's even some pictures, they painted like a person for scale on the side of the vehicle. Again, look on Twitter, you'll see that. That's how big that is. And 9 meters wide, yeah, it would be like, I don't know, 4, 5 people wide on there. I don't know. Patricia, thanks for the thing. We did Jack's Patreon link a little earlier. It's patreon.com/Jack Bayer, Beyer. Thanks, Patricia. Mr. Nobody, when is this happening? We think about 5 p.m. Central, 22 UTC, otherwise known as T-minus 50 minutes-ish. Michael Petticord, how did you find a private roof all the way out in Boca Chica? The internet's a wonderful place full of wonderful people, and you make new friends every day. That's that answer. RX7, welcome back. Please keep cool and your camera. I'm trying. Mersko, all I see is potatoes everywhere. You might need to refresh if that's the case. I have a stable live stream going. I think. Maybe I need to not have this anywhere near there. Maybe that'll help that case. Let me know. Yeah, it does look like I'm dropping some data. It's really hard out here, guys. I'm trying. I'm giving you what I got, and I've got quite a bit to give. Let me make sure these other routers. Again, I've got 4 routers out here. Let's make sure they're doing stuff. Yeah, this one acts like it's doing stuff. What about the other one? How are you doing over there, buddy? You doing stuff? You're doing stuff-ish. This T-Mobile card's not doing anything, actually. Interesting. Well, hopefully signal comes back. Again, we're just at the absolute verge of society. I'm giving you what I've got. I'm gonna have to take a little bite of a hamburger here because, sorry, that's what you need to sustain life. Ivan in Discord asked if I get money from Spotify. Yeah, if you stream my music on Spotify, I make about a penny every 5 songs or something. Something really, really low, but hey, it's fun. So if you're studying, I made my music, literally when I wrote the music, I made it for backgrounds of videos, and I also said, you know what? I think this needs to be good study music. If you're studying space stuff, I want like spacey themed, chill music, instrumental music that will help people study to be aerospace engineers. So that's what the music's for. If you're like to listen to kind of chill instrumental music. I could maybe, you want to top off my water? Even though it's not that empty, it may not be empty at all. Good idea. I'll empty it into my stomach right now. Thank you so much. In Discord, somebody asked the next hardware upgrade I want. I think what I'm going to be doing, depending on how much time I have, I really do want a new, really powerful workstation that can handle 4K rendering in After Effects like it's nothing. You know, something that can just absolutely destroy everything. That'd be great. That'd be ideal. So I think that's going to be the next upgrade. Will be my main workstation and maybe another laptop again, or a different laptop. One that can handle thermal loads a little bit better. And then again, nothing's too happy when it's 110 degree heat index, though. So yeah. Jazzy Mac asking about when is the roundy end up, flamey end down call. I think we're going to make that call right now. Based on the data I have, the observational data and my training that has behooved me the ability to determine vehicle orientation, my years of training and dedication to the subject matter, I do think I can officially make the call that we do have roundy end up, flamey end down. That's right, SpaceX launch control. It has been confirmed. You are go for launch. There is a confirmation, the official confirmation, that roundy end up, flamey end down. Thank you so much, sir. Corona Kivo asked, is my stream going to cut out right before T0? I just about guarantee it, because that's what happened at Falcon Heavy. That's what happened yesterday. It's just what happens to me. So, yep, plan on it. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around and helping out. Someone asked real quick while I'm eating it. Oh, there we go. We got venting up top. Venting up top. That's pretty indicative of about T-minus 50 or 45 minutes, so it's looking good.
Venti end up.
Venti end up, baby. Hey Discord, we'll talk about gear a little bit after, like next time I'm just hanging out in Discord, we'll talk about gear. We'll make up a gear plan. It's always fun. Dennis, yeah, the Lox farm was 20 minutes ago. So it's really looking pretty much exactly like a T0 of 5 p.m. Central or 22 UTC. Random, thank you for broadcasting from the middle of nowhere. You're welcome, Random Stuff Fixer. Thanks for saying hi. Lord Edorita, eres grande, amigo. Si segue así, saludos desde España. I think that basically means it is big, my friend. And cheers from Spain. Something like that. I'm not very good with Spanish, but I should be getting better. Spending so much time out here in Brownsville. I think I'd be getting better at Spanish. Jen Newport, thank you for saying hi. Fuetot, those E2 cameras are passively cooled with chassis. You probably want to get them in the shade. They are in the shade, and they're still hating everything. I think all cameras, basically, until you get to camcorders, are passively cooled, though. I don't think any, like, mirrorless cameras that I know of are... All right. Craig, thanks for the membership. Lucas, greetings from Poland. Please do interview with Elon. Lucas, I would absolutely love that. Of course, that's definitely one of my goals by the end of the year. I would love to do an interview after the presentation, go over all the new details with him, nerd out over some of the decision-making that they've made in the past year, because they've made some big, drastic changes. It'd just be fun to talk, just nerd out together, hang out, and talk about some of these decisions, because there's really fascinating things, and SpaceX does things so differently, you know, where they do kind of multiple paths of testing. They test this, they test that, they test this again. They do a lot more hardware testing than paper testing. And it's definitely a different mode of operation compared to what we've seen most companies do lately, but I love it. It's really exciting, and I really think we'd have a good time hanging out. And I think I can at least talk nerdy enough to keep him thinking it's worthwhile. So how about once the presentation happens, and if there's time, I'll ask Elon officially on Twitter for the first time in a while to do an interview with me, because I used to do that last year, and then people got mad because they thought I was spamming his Twitter feed, which I don't know if you guys know anything about Twitter. You can't actually spam someone on Twitter. It's not an email. It's not a phone call. It's Twitter. He has like 26 million followers or something. It's not like there's people that respond to every single thing as well. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's worth asking questions and worth getting answers. That's kind of my job, is to be professionally curious and try to learn everything I can. So I'm not going to apologize for asking questions on Twitter, but I've always found it funny when people complain about it. It's like, guys, what? Like, what about all the other people doing what you do on Twitter, which is interact with people? That's why it's social media. That's what Twitter is. So we will see if he's interested in an interview in the near future. Kevin Gill, thanks for spending so much time in the heat for us. Get a nice cold beer later. Absolutely, Kevin. Thank you so much. Lamar Brown, get away from the MacBook, lol. I know. I do love, honestly, the MacBook, though, when I'm traveling. It is a beast in the right conditions. It's nice, compact, light, and super powerful. But thermal limiting is not a fun thing. Wow Daily, thanks for doing this. Greetings from Belgium. Well, thanks, and hello, Belgium. Was that a truck?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. The vehicle is still standing. All right. Bluefinger73, howdy from Dallas here. Here's a few bucks for some sanity beers later. We love your enthusiasm, tenacity, deep dive videos, and guerrilla field reporting. Thank you, Bluefinger73. You know, if it wasn't for you guys and for people being so positive and enjoying the content, I'd probably just be still sitting there learning on my own instead of trying to teach other people it, because that's kind of how it all started. It was just me obsessively learning about things. So it's because of you guys hanging out with me, encouraging me to make content, that I keep doing it, and I really appreciate you guys spending time with me. So thank you so much for that. Yeah. Caleb, hello from Canada. Very excited for this. It's the first time I've had a chance to watch any sort of launch live since the Falcon Heavy. Wow. Thanks for being there. Well, dang, Caleb, I'm glad that you're able to tune in. This will be something totally different than Falcon Heavy. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, this is definitely history, and it's a small and important step. But compared to something like Falcon Heavy, this is a very low-key mission. Realistically, guys, us internet people have blown this way out of proportion. It is extremely exciting, don't get me wrong, and it's super weird and unique and quirky, and I get why we're so excited. But compared to something operational like Falcon Heavy, this is more like people weren't screaming and out there stalking Grasshopper when it happened. But here we are out here stalking StarHopper, which is basically the same thing. Yeah, so I love it. I absolutely love this. I'm so excited, but I do want a friendly reminder, guys, that this is a extremely developmental vehicle. It's just barely on the fringe of what's physically possible with the full flow stage combustion cycle engine, using liquid methane for the first time, really. It's realistically, this SpaceX, I'm sure, is half kicking themselves, half fortunate they have this land, but if they could do this stuff out of McGregor, I'm sure they would. They'd probably prefer to, because it could be a little bit more behind closed doors, but because I don't think they really want this stuff, although they are live streaming it now, and I guess that's just kind of the new tone. But to all of you at SpaceX, good luck today. We really, really are cheering for you. We're cheering for the success of this vehicle and successful retirement into a vertical test stand, and further progress and no delays into the StarShip prototypes Really, truly good luck. This is risky, though. This engine has to fire absolutely flawlessly for 60 seconds on a fairly new vehicle that maybe only has thousands of hours put in, which is, in the grand scheme of things, for rocket engines, it's actually a small number. You know, even if it has 1,000 hours of runtime, that's not a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. So to be flying a vehicle of this size and doing a propulsive maneuvering like this, it's pretty nuts. And let's keep that in mind and really cheer for it to go well, but also be supportive and not blow things out of proportion if things don't go well. If something happens, you know, remember that there's people that have worked out here in the Texas heat for a year straight on this vehicle and on this program. And if something goes wrong today, that will be absolutely heartbreaking for them. So just keep that in mind. Have some decency, have some sensitivity, be a common, have some common courtesy. And remember, there's people out here that are spending their lives, their careers, their working way too hard. I'm seeing people drive forklifts around as we speak, literally working in the hot 100-degree heat as we speak, working feverishly to get humans off of this planet. Keep that in mind. Absolutely keep that in mind. That is the number one thing. So cheer them on when it goes well and offer them condolences if something were to go wrong today. Just have some decency. Maybe stay off the internet for a couple days. Don't ask for too many things. Don't ask for favors. Just let things happen when they happen. Just like when the Dragon anomaly happened. That sucked. And we're still waiting for answers. And we'll get them when they're there. You know, we don't need to really prod on it. Yes, it's fun to speculate some, but let the engineers do their work. Let the investigations happen for things like the Dragon anomaly. Yeah, and I'm as guilty as that as anybody, but I'm saying this out loud mostly to remind myself of it too, that there are things that can happen with a vehicle of this nature. It's extremely experimental, but it's extremely exciting. So, yes. Kevin, thanks for saying hi. Tristram, Buttlecom, everybody give this guy some cash for a laptop upgrade. Oh, I will someday. I promise I will. I got to find something that doesn't thermally throttle like this. Thank you very much, Tristram. Sci Vibes mixed slap nuts. Remember the sacred words, Tim. Hydrate or dehydrate. I like that. I will hydrate right now. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you. Drinking that water.
That's a really sweet thing if that becomes a meme.
What?
If people just keep telling us to drink water, that's nice of them to looking out.
It's true. I'll take that advice. Every time I see that, drink water, I will drink water.
Well, now you said that, people are going to overdo it.
It's true. That's all the chat will be the rest of the time. Drink water. And then they'll do that so they shut me up and I don't talk. That's probably what they're going for. A reminder, it sounds like people are still a little curious. We're thinking about T-minus 35 minutes until launch, planning about a 5 o'clock. At T-minus 30 minutes, I'll tweet and say it looks like we're going for about a 5 p.m., 22 UTC time. Yeah. Alex082, putting your money where your mouth is. Good job, Tim. Thank you very much. Isaac, Tim, SD, legislator, big fan. Thanks for doing this. Well, yay, that's awesome. Sweet. Thanks for saying hi, Isaac. John T. Mills, hello from New Zealand. Yay, you got to come back someday soon and watch a Rocket Lab launch. Absolutely. And then John T. also says, my music is awesome to study to. Yay, any more on the way? I have like 20 more songs that I just need to, clean up and get ready to put onto cohesive albums. The Maximum Aerodynamic Pressure was definitely kind of the most maybe the most energetic album I'm going to release, or those albums or those songs. The next one will be more chill. The one that Rocket Lab uses in their live stream sometimes will be on that one, and same with 27 Merlins. Just a little bit more chill music. Get out of here, weird-looking bug. That's weird. But I definitely need to make it back down to New Zealand. Juliet, thanks for becoming a member. Jairos, watching from Melbourne, Australia. Keep up the awesome work, man. Thank you so much, Jai. Chad Fox, keep up with the great educational videos. Thank you. I absolutely will. They're what I love to do. Chad, that was Chad Fox. Anton, hope you get a nicer computer. Thank you, Anton. You'd think a $3,800 computer would handle it, but maybe it's just when it's 110 degrees. Oh, there's the drone. Drone's up. Maybe they're just kind of getting kinks worked out. They're staying around here. That looks to be That looks to be just an Inspire with like the X3 camera, maybe X5 camera. That's not the big old long lens on it, I don't think. Oh, maybe they have that new zoom, like X. What is that one? I know Ben Steinman.
When they were flying at night with all the lights.
I think so. Yeah, it's got the 2 lights in the front, 2 lights in the back. Ben Steinman, if you're in chat, remind me what's that.
It's like an Inspire.
Yeah, it's definitely an Inspire, but I'm trying to remember what camera because it's not the big like X5 on it, or they have a new one even with their own built-in super cinema lenses and stuff. All right. Emily, thank you for saying hi. William, thanks for the membership. Marco, greetings from Italy. Awesome. Hi. Matthew Duggar, smash that like button if you're watching and have not yet. Everyday Astronaut, thank you for streaming and being awesome and keep doing what you do. Thank you so much, Matthew. And thanks for the reminder. If you are watching this, it really does help the YouTube recommendation and the algorithm. If you hit like, that does help bring more people here to witness history. So hit the like button, share it on your social media quick. Let everybody know we're about 30 minutes away from a historic flying water tower. It's going to fly higher than it ever has, and for its last time ever, before it retires and becomes a test stand. Hopefully. So, yeah, hopefully everything goes well and it's able to retire and be fine. I have faith. I'm feeling good about today. This just seems like a good day for this. 27's lucky number, so let's see here. All right. Luke, wonderful speech. Truly love you, man. Well, thank you, Luke. Thanks for saying hi to the Texan 83. If this engine vehicle were to fail, where would you prefer to do so? Here or when there are people on it? Yeah, thought so. Better to have unforeseen problems now and fix it than lose lives later. Of course, the Texan 83. Of course. I mean, you want failure of test vehicles like this, but it's also better to experience something. Say the Raptor experiences a failure. It's better to have that on a test stand than to have that when the vehicle's 150 meters in the air. You know, I think they'd rather see problems on the test stand than when they're flying hardware over expensive ground support equipment and over their blocks and you know, their liquid nitrogen farm. You know, it's better to have an engine and have a problem on a test stand than in flight. So yes, I agree that of course we want problems to be ironed out before people get anywhere near these vehicles, but at the same time, like, we also want those problems to be spotted on the test stand too. So, because we really, really want things to go well today, just for everyone's sake, and so we can cheer and celebrate and be super, super stoked. Joshua Ross, thank you for the membership. Stefan, stainless kinetic rolling ball machines. That's right, you were talking about those when working on Rocket Ridge. Hit me up in an email, Stefan. I definitely am curious about what the heck these things are you're talking about. Hit me up. You'll find my email on my website, everydayastronaut.com. Clyde, thanks for money for a new laptop. Blue Figures 33, howdy again. I'm in the IT industry and used to crew chief a race team. Hit me up on Discord if you're interested in ideas for keeping electronics and people cool in the Texas heat. You know what? I bet you're right. I'll bet you a crew chief for a race car would definitely have some experience with heat and radio frequencies and computers and things like that, having to handle that stuff. Bluefinger, if you are in our Discord channel, let me know. Oh, there we go. Just Fred in our Discord does say it's the Zenmuse X7. That might be it. It just looks smaller than, I don't know. Maybe it is, though. It's pretty far away. It's kind of hard to tell. David Byer, keep up the great work and stay hydrated. Nice. I will do that after reading this. One question. I just realized you stopped wearing your spacesuit. Is there a reason? Greetings from almost midnight in Germany. David, there is a very, very, very good reason why I stopped wearing the spacesuit, because it sucks. It sucks. It's horrible. Here's the deal. I thought I was going to take the everyday astronaut character that I made in photos, whereas this whimsical character that's kind of this buffoon of a whimsical thing running around as an astronaut that's like either stuck on Earth or never made it to space or whatever, that was doing rudimentary everyday things and just kind of this curious character. And I thought I was going to take that and turn it into a video series, and I did, and I pushed it all the way to the limits as far as it'll go when I sold an Everyday Astronaut series to Facebook. I had a Facebook Watch show that we did a full production. I mean, this was a full crew. The same people that do like, it's Jupiter Entertainment, produced it. The same people that do like big TV shows produced the show. I took that character to the max. I wore the spacesuit for 8 to 10 hours a day filming. I absolutely wore myself out of it. Wore myself out of even that character when trying to do educational content. And I just realized that, yes, I have fun with that, but it's not worth it. It actually was ostracizing to a certain set of people. There's people that would not watch my videos or take me seriously because I was wearing a Russian high-altitude flight suit. And in retrospect, they're absolutely right. Like, no one's going to turn off of my video because I'm not wearing a spacesuit. Like, if they, pretend I started day one without ever wearing a spacesuit on YouTube, no one would have known and been like, I'm not listening to this guy. He's not wearing a spacesuit. But I guarantee the opposite's true. I guarantee people clicked on my videos and would go, I'm not watching this guy. Why the heck is he wearing the spacesuit, So that's the side that I err on now for my own comfort, for my own ease of use, for my own professionalism, for my own tone, and just for my own comfort and my own personal preference. I no longer wear the spacesuit. I haven't really touched it in 2019, and to be honest, I'm so excited about that. I do not regret that at all. So, sorry if you missed the spacesuit. It does not miss you. I don't know how else to say it. That thing, yeah. I'm much happier now just being the everyday astronaut as an everyday person. So that's the answer there. Ryan, can you say hi to my brother Josh? Hi, Josh Taylor, I assume. And thanks for tuning in. NASA Control, need any help? Good luck, newbies. Oh, that's awesome. Well, don't forget, NASA is very interested in this vehicle, of course. NASA already is funding 2 different research projects for cryogenic on-orbit refueling and landing a large vehicle like StarShip on the moon and taking a look at the plume. So NASA, of course, just today had a mission with SpaceX of returning the Dragon capsule safely from the International Space Station. They've procured flights for humans that'll be starting relatively soon. I mean, NASA and SpaceX are one on the same team, playing different roles. One is a defender and one's I don't know, offensive member. I don't know, whatever sport analogy you want to add in there. I shouldn't be the one giving you sport analogies. One's the guy with the ball, the other one's the guy that might have the ball at some point. But really, they have different roles. But they're all on the same team. So, yeah, just a friendly reminder. George Wilson, chill as much as possible. Absolutely. Mallory Sunshine, favorite YouTube channel. Thank you, Mallory. That's awesome. That makes my day. R McNeil, thank you, and hooray. Wave Arsenal, thank you so much. All right, everybody, I'm going to tweet that we are about T-minus 25 minutes.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
My voice just cracked.
All right, tweet is go. David, amazing explanation. Makes total sense now. Thanks for clearing that up. Didn't really miss it. Just wondered what happened. Maybe one day I'll show up with a SpaceX spacesuit instead. I'll start wearing my SpaceX spacesuit hoodies, my Starman hoodies, maybe more often, because I think that's pretty sweet and way more comfortable, way easier to put on. Alessandro, what about the big different approach between SpaceX and, let's say, Boeing or Blue Origin? They are building a StarShip in a courtyard in front of everyone. That is a very big difference. Some of that's not by choice, though. I think if they had the option of building this stuff without anyone seeing it, they probably would. But they definitely are more public than we've ever seen an aerospace company before, than we've seen most companies do things before. And that's mostly Elon. Just, he finds it a good idea to do things that way and let people know what's going on. Yeah. I appreciate it. I think that's really cool. Marcus, thanks for the membership. Brian Black, thank you. Keep it up watching from Pleasantville, Iowa. Nice. I didn't know there's a Pleasantville, Iowa, where it's 77 degrees and I'm watching a rocket instead of working like I should be. That's awesome. I did not know I don't think I've ever been to Pleasantville, Iowa. Don't forget, I am a fellow Iowan. I live in Blackhawk County, and I really wish it was 77 degrees right now. That sounds amazing. Matthew wants to, and thank you, Brian. Matthew wants to know, if you were the first man on Mars, what would you say when you take your first steps? I hope that I would be one. Here's my dream. I hope that like there's a dozen people that land on Mars, and there's an elevator that's a circular platform, and everyone can step off at once. I think that'd be super cool. 12 people, different genders and races from different countries, all stepping off of one platform at the same time. Granted, I'm a romantic, but imagine how cool that would be. Now that would be, I don't know. Because then everyone would be like, who's the first person on Mars? And you can't just say one name like Neil Armstrong. You have to list a whole slew of humans. I just think that'd be really cool. Although history doesn't tend to like more than one heroic, iconic name. So, Otherwise, if it was my choice and I had to say something, I'd say something like, I have no idea. I got to think about that. I can't just wing that now. That's like, no, I'm not smart enough to just wing. I might have to get my other cameras ready to roll here, because we're getting pretty close.
About that time.
Maybe once the sirens go off, that's when I'll really, really get things going. But it's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. Again, remember, guys, if you are this right now, please. Oh, I am losing data like crazy. I'm going to do like a radio sweep or something.
Or it's the news going live or something, you know? Someone nearby just taking more towers.
I don't know. There it goes. I'm coming back a little bit, but I'm still only at 200K, so I got just about nothing.
I'm a little concerned about your power cord being so close to your modems. I don't know if that would contribute. I mean, obviously, I assume they do some sort of checks for that stuff in the factory and in the build process, but you never know.
I've been holding like, there we go. It's coming back.
Yay. There's all kinds of voodoo when this stuff goes
wrong. Dude,
there is. Pat my head,
yeah,
my stomach,
rub my tummy.
Jump up and down on one leg.
All right, hopefully it's back-ish.
Space Padre Isles boat cam is live now.
Nice. They have a boat cam going?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I might take this time to Although, guys, by the way, if we lose quality, it has nothing to do with my laptop anymore. We are totally disconnected from my laptop. The laptop has nothing to do with the quality of live stream. So, for those of you saying, your Mac, it is not my Mac. It is not my Mac. What we're seeing now, the drop in data is actually just all 4 of my cellular modems going to crap. I'm on 4 different towers, 4 different providers, all 4 hating life at the same time. But it seems like we're good now. It's weird that we can go from 0 megs to 6. I just want to give a quick friendly reminder to people in our chat that we are here to witness history, to talk about spaceflight. Let's not talk politics, or religion or beliefs. Let's all just join in this moment together, unite over spaceflight, over physics, over rockets doing cool things and people working really hard to do cool things. There's a lot of cool stuff going on from aerospace companies right now and different agencies, and humans living and working in outer space on the International Space Station, and people doing science using lasers to measure the treetops from space. I mean, there's incredible things going on. Let's just take a moment, breathe that in, and join together and be excited about the future instead of trying to divide ourselves. We're so tribalistic, and it can be frustrating because I just want us to all be, we're all on the same planet. We're all the same species. Like, let's join in together on something. We don't always have to pick a team or always have to pick a side. Luckily, we can all pick the side of space and just join in it together and be excited. So with that said, let's see here. So Eduardo, thanks for the membership. Robert, whatever is cool, but I love your spacesuit. Well, Robert, maybe I'll sell it to you someday. Matt Solmonson, thank you so much. G Plantis, sorry, not going to read that. That is political. But thank you for your support. Pete, thanks for the membership. Rock the Rocket, any thoughts on Russia's space robot? Yes, I talk about that on last week's episode or on the most recent episode of Our Ludicrous Future. Again, if you guys want to have more like weekly space content, people want me to produce more content each week. If you want that, if you want me to talk space every week, give you the rundown on what's going on, the latest updates, I do that already. It's just not on my channel. It's on another channel called Our Ludicrous Future, where we talk about futurism. I'm the space guy. There's Ben Solons from Teslanomics, who mostly talks about Tesla and EVs. And there's Joe Scott, who talks about everything and anything that comes to his mind. And I find that very fun. He runs an awesome channel called Answers with Joe. So if you want more of that casual conversation, kind of this type of stuff, definitely subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, or get up your podcast right now. I don't know what podcast app you use. You can find Our Ludicrous Future there. Listen or watch whatever you want, either on YouTube or on podcast. But give it a search. It's fun on YouTube because we do kind of pull up some things on screen, but we also make it obviously audible only for when you're listening. But we did talk about that Russia's space robot that went up on the MS-14 Soyuz mission just the last week. I think like last Thursday or last Wednesday or something. And it was the first time a Soyuz capsule had flown on a Soyuz 2.1, which is really exciting because that'll be carrying humans on that upgraded version of the Soyuz rocket. Something that has roll control, by the way, and doesn't have to pre-align into its azimuth. So if you want my thoughts on the Russian robot that is super awesome, but also super creepy, but also super awesome, that rode a spaceship to the International Space Station, I'm really excited about it. I also think the NASA one, Robonaut's a little bit creepy too. They're just, the humanoid robots like that just sort of creep me out a little bit. But yeah, if you want my thoughts on that, Our Ludicrous Future, find it right now. There you go. David S. Sports ball analogy. Private space companies and NASA are both playing defense. They're just covering different zones. Or David, how about this? How about this? I said it once, like, people ask, you know, like, what do you like better, space, or like, SpaceX versus NASA, who's better? And to me, that's like saying, what do you like better, your arm or your leg? You know, it's like they're both part of the same body. They do different things, and they've done different things at different times in life, but, you know, yeah, they're all part of the same body. Matthew Duggar, smash that like button, says Matthew Duggar. Well, you heard the man. If you guys are listening, we've peaked at 36,000. We still got a ways to go before we get to yesterday's record, which was 62,000. So hit like, guys, share it, let people know that we're getting close here. So, and also a reminder to drink water. Thank you so much, Matthew, taking that second now to drink water. Once we start seeing more venting and the methane flare, then I think that's going to be when I set up my other cameras.
Oh, Trevor's got a screen up.
He does? Nice. Yeah. Nice. It's a scorcher. RC Gusto, received my Apollo Hatch t-shirt and pre-ordered my full flow tee. Thanks, Everyday Astronaut. Thank you, RC Gusto. Yes. I'm glad that you got that Hatch t-shirt. I thought that was going to be, in my opinion, that's like a super cool shirt. I just love the hardware of the Apollo Hatch. Like seeing all the gears and the levers. It's just like a piece of art on its own. And I just wanted that on a shirt with like the explanation of what it is. So I did. And I think we're almost sold out of it now, but it was not selling for a little while. I released it on the Apollo 11 anniversary, and it was kind of a slow seller, but I'm glad to see it's almost out of stock now. So thanks for picking one up. I'm really excited about it myself. But I guess different tastes for different people. But yeah, I'm excited. So, and a friendly reminder again, if you guys want, we did open up pre-orders again for the full flow stage combustion cycle shirts. We've done 2 runs. We're on the 3rd run now. They're awesome. They have a sew-on patch on the bottom that says full flow stage combustion cycle, and they're just super, super, super cool. They will ship mid-September. There's a little bit of a leeway time on them since those patches have to get sewn on and come in bulk order and all that stuff. But yeah, if you guys want those, you better go there right now, everydayastronaut.com/shop. click on that. You can pre-order those. You can also get pointy end up, flaming end down long sleeve shirts that are super cool. We have normal hats. We have a lot of stock on some other stuff. We also have the rapid unscheduled discount section, the RUDS section. So if you want stuff for cheaper, hit that. Also, don't forget, if you do if you spend $100 or more, you get free domestic shipping and discounted international shipping, because I know how expensive the international shipping gets. I actually discount what UPS and USPS charges us for international shipping, and it's still crazy expensive. There is that methane flare. Methane flare just happened. Yeah! All right. Woo! That's a good sign. That's about 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We're planning on 10. I'm waiting for that siren. The siren's definitely a good sign. But, all right. Guys, while I set up, I'm probably going to... No, I'll leave unmuted, but I'm going to walk around. I'm going to finish setting up my other cameras. So, let's see here. We should even, at this point, from other streams, it seems like once that methane flare is going, there's the siren. Yes. Here we go.
Wow.
All right, guys. Okay, I'm going to zoom this guy out. Sorry, you guys are going to get a little bit wider view, but I want to make sure we get this all in on one this time, so I don't have to pan this one. I would like to try to fit all 150 meters in one frame without touching this. Hopefully that's about right. I will have other wider cameras, so if I happen to miss the peak of this in this shot, I apologize, but that's what you guys are gonna see. Hopefully that's okay for everybody. 1, 2, we need to fit 5 of those in the frame. 1, 2, that looks about right. Yep, it'll go 5 times its height.
I thought more like 8.
It's about 30 meters tall, isn't it?
20 meters.
It's 20 meters tall?
Is it 30?
I think it's about 30 meters tall.
20 meters is 60 feet. That's
Pretty close to 20 even.
Oh, 20. Oh.
Yeah, look at it. It's 9 wide. It's pretty good.
Okay. Well, it's only about 20 meters tall then, so I'm going to back up. It will go about 8 times its height. Holy cow.
Yeah, I made this earlier today. I don't know. Maybe I should post it. It's kind of silly.
Let me see.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Okay. So you're going... This should... Yep, I should get it. That's a good call. That seems about right. All right, guys. There we go. That is your feed. I'm going to go switch to the other cameras now. Oh, I'm so excited. Going to get audio running. Those sirens are so cool. I don't know why, it just really drills it in what's going on. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I'm going to step in front of you guys here for a second. Setting down audio. This is crazy.
They're all going to rip up that saggy section of the roof.
I'm going to set this one right over yonder. Okay, try not to crap pants, check. Okay, that one's rolling. And my last one. Okay, guys, sorry, I will not be able to read chat until this is over. I am going to be operating another camera. I think we're about T-minus 3 minutes. Okay, once this is stable, guys, let's nobody move around if possible.
I'm just gonna be standing right behind you.
Okay, cool.
Blasting out the side, it's venting.
Okay.
Flare's really going. Let's do this.
We're doing it, guys.
Maybe 5 minutes or so?
No, I think we're down to like 2 or 1.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Nope, everything's rolling.
I think people have the live stream up. Okay, it appears that they're kind of pressing tanks. We're hearing it. Practice my pan up. Man, even this expensive tripod head kind of sucks.
It's because, I'm guessing it's because of the
humidity,
heat.
Yeah.
It's just everything, you know, thermal expansion, everything loosens up in the heat.
Yeah. It's actually too sticky. It's like hot and sticky.
Oh, wow.
So I can't maybe I need a better fluid head for the tracking shot here. Oh man, I'm so excited. Come on, baby.
I can't even think.
Let's see a water tower fly.
I think someone yesterday on the stream said, "Go water tower."
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Just straight up go water tower.
It reminds me of Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons.
Go water tower!
Go banana!
My water tower smells like water food. A lot of venting. Come on, Hopper, you can do it. Oh, please, please, please. really wish we could see the live stream right now and get an idea of what time.
Oh, is the stream going?
Yeah, the stream is going.
Wow. I can't even. Words.
Words don't exist at this point.
How?
So, friendly reminder for you guys, it looks like, oh, they're at a T-minus 2 minutes in holding, according to the SpaceX live stream. So, I'll give you guys the quick reminder again. This is 9 meters wide, which is 30 feet wide, about 20 meters tall, so about 66 feet tall. That's where I got that from. I remember I got those mixed up from the other day. Yeah, it's liquid fuel, and the liquid fuel is liquid methane, and there's liquid oxygen on board as the oxidizer. So there's 2 tanks inside that giant tank, and it's powered by a Raptor engine, which is the most advanced rocket engine in the world. It's a full flow stage combustion cycle engine capable of 200 metric tons or kilonewtons of thrust. That's a really powerful engine for its size. Highest chamber pressure of any engine tested to date. Over 270 bar, it sounds like, is what they're operating at, or up to. Aiming for 300 bar someday. Did that flare just get bigger, or is that me? Okay.
Oh yeah, flare's really busting.
Maybe they're out of that 2 minute hold. I like how we're just guessing, and people that are simulcasting the SpaceX stream probably have an actual... They're probably like, Tim, you don't know anything.
That's how it goes being out here. Starlink, please.
Yeah, please, Starlink. We could have some fat, like, just big screen TVs.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock on the nose, huh?
Venting out the top.
Here we go.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Venting at the top, I think it's about 2 minutes normally, or a little less. Oh, baby, come on. You can do it, Hopper. This one's for all the water towers out there in the world that thought they couldn't fly.
You can.
You can. You absolutely can. Just call up SpaceX, get a Raptor engine, attach to the base of you.
If you ever feel like a water tower, don't. You can fly.
T-minus 1 minute, which is probably, there's probably a pretty good delay. There's probably about a 20 to 30 second delay between what people are feeding me from the SpaceX stream. So get ready. It's probably within 15 or so seconds. Water towers do exist. All right. Everyone, don't forget to look with your eyes too and soak it in for a second. Here we go. Any second. Oh, there it goes. Come on, baby. It might be rising. Come on. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my God, it's actually flying! Yes! Oh, yes! No way! No way, the ground is shaking! Oh, yes! I can't believe it! Dude, it's happening! No way! Yes! Oh, that's gonna be humans landing on Mars someday. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Yes. Now just land soft, baby, please. Please land soft. Oh my God. That looked nice and controlled. It even did a little roll for us just to show off. Just to show off. Now let's let the smoke.
Oh, something flew off. I just saw something fly off.
Something did fly off. Yes! Oh, baby! Woo!
They did it!
Yes! Yeah! Yes! Water towers can fly!
All right, I'm getting these photos online.
Dude, no way! Oh, SpaceX, you did it! Elon Musk, you're nuts, and I love it. Yes! Holy cow! Oh, all that hard work, and they can do what people said it was silly. Look at that. Oh, man. Yes.
Oh God, I'm shaking.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Just happened. Oh my God. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked.
What do you mean you can't believe it?
I mean, I can believe it. Oh, no, man. Thank you for everything. Oh, that was so awesome. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Goosebumps. I'm shaking. I am absolutely shaking. Holy cow. No way. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm going to start pulling some footage. Holy cow, guys. Was that incredible or what? Oh, my God. SpaceX. You guys are something nuts. You guys are something different. Yeah, Elon, you probably should have been out here, bud. It was a pretty cool view. Seeing that thing fly was something I'm not going to forget anytime soon. That was insane.
All right, back to my news hole.
All right, am I back, guys? I don't know if you can see me yet. Sometimes it like doesn't redo it for some reason. Yay, I guess I'm back. Okay, well, I'm gonna be kind of working here. I'm trying to get some of these clips up for you guys real quick. I just witnessed easily the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. That I'm still shaking. Oh God, that was nuts. Hold on, I am StarHopper, 150 meter, 4K 422, tracking. A. Guys, I am absolutely still literally shaking. That was unbelievable. Huge, 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 absolute biggest thank you to you guys. I am only here because you guys even made this possible. I am like shaking. Oh God, that was unbelievable. Yes, I basically had to go change my pants, but I'm here. I'm alive. Oh, and I am happy. That was all worth it. That made it all worth it. I cannot wait to show you guys this shot, these shots. The tracking shot, I actually tracked for once. For once in my life, I tracked something and didn't lose it in frame too much. It was... Guys, that was insane. I am like absolutely speechless, and I don't get speechless. Seeing that thing actually fly in real life with my own eyes is something I'll never forget. That was absolutely insane. What's my witty comment going to be for Twitter and such? Oh, I can't even catch my breath still. I can't even handle this. That was too much. Again, SpaceX guys, such a big congratulations. Cheers to all those late nights all those times where it just seemed impossible, and all those frustrations of delays and errors. Oh man, that was simply crazy, guys. Simply crazy. I'm gonna tweet here real quick. What should I do? Sorry I blew your eardrums. I definitely couldn't help myself. Sorry guys, I'm like, can't even handle this. Jeez, I still can't believe it. Oh, guys, I just posted a picture. That is so crazy. All right, I've got a lot of people to thank here, guys. Again, the biggest thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. You guys are the reason I can be down here, the reason I have 3 cameras trained on this thing, offering up slow-mo. You're the reason that I stay sane as I drive around the country and script and do all these things. And keep me company during those crazy long bouts of research and scripting and editing and all that stuff. So if you guys want to support what I do, please join the other patrons. Head on over to patreon.com/everydayastronaut. That really means the world to me. You've taken absolute hobby and turned it into an actual profession, and it's all thanks to Patreon, and also all thanks to you guys in chat for memberships and super chats and all that stuff. I couldn't do this without you guys. That was unbelievable. I'm so excited to go home. I'm going to upload some footage for you guys. I have, again, 3 cameras rolling. One is in beautiful 422, 75 frames a second 4K. Another is in shooting at 120 frames 4K. And then another one is shooting at 120 frames 1080. And I think I got some pretty great shots. So stand by for those, guys. Again, thank you so much. Be sure and check out the web store, though, too, everydayastronaut.com. We do have the rapid unscheduled discounts. There's still some inventory there. If you want to get some of that, you better do it right now, because a bunch of stuff's already sold out there. But you can get shirts for about 40% off. You can also take another 25% off of that, even if you are working in the aerospace industry, by clicking the link for the thank you to the aerospace industry people. Just click that link under whatever shirt or whatever you're looking at. You'll see it. and I'll send you a code for 25% off as a thank you to you for all your hard work, especially today for SpaceX, for double bonus day for SpaceX. They landed successfully, CRS-18 Dragon capsule, successful splashdown. They flew a water tower, and now it's time to celebrate, I think. It's that time. Good job, everybody. Yeah, so everydayastronaut.com/shop for those. That means a lot to me. That definitely helps, and it's a fun way to show your support. I love seeing when you guys put pictures up on Twitter of your merchandise. It just like drills it in that there's people out there excited about all of this stuff and excited to hang out with me as I am unbelievably excited, obviously. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. And again, reminder to subscribe here if you haven't hit the like button. Let me know what you guys are wanting next for videos. I have so many coming, though. I have a list a million miles long. The next one coming up is about the Raptor Engine and whether or not it's good, whether or not it's worth pursuing, why it's kind of the history of it, why it has never flown to orbit, all of that stuff. I'll be giving you a really deep rundown, just like I did with the Raptor Engine. This would be a crazy in-depth video. Really long, really fun. I promise you'll learn a lot because I've learned, unless you've worked on aerospikes yourself, like in depth and developed, say, the RS-2200 or XRS-2200, maybe then you won't learn anything. But for the rest of us, for people like me that are pretty new to all this stuff, I learned a ton about aerospikes, and it's really cool. A lot of things are backwards compared to what I was thinking. So, meanwhile, I do need to say hi to all these people that have sent things real quick. Torstein, Darren, Simon, Michael, Flights and Thoughts, Robert, Matthew, hello, New Zealand, yay. Not Heisenberg, no politics in chat, absolutely. Richard, thank you so much. John, Jeremy for the membership. Brian, do we have an ETL? Just happened. Bjorn, enhancing support from Norway, thank you so much. Lane, CR, Be alert. Rejoice in the achievements of humanity. Absolutely. Thanks for your hard work, says Mark. Thank you. Paul, thank you. Lane, new laptop, thank you. Whoa, one, yay, thank you. The insatiable Amos, SpaceX T6, yep. MB, thank you. Nar, hearing protection. It wasn't that loud, actually, believe it or not. But thank you very much, Nar. Sean Wood, thank you so much. Falkert, we want bread and games. What? Thank you. Ronnie, thanks so much. Kiddo made the best reaction I've ever seen. Thank you. Cliff, good game, SpaceX. John, my friend, I am as entertained by that guy's reaction as by the flight. Well done, SpaceX, and thank you, Tim. Thanks, John. Brian, bring a grown man to tears. Yeah, baby. Thanks, Brian. Ross, thank you for the thank you for the tip, Ross. Thank you very much. Best buddy, absolutely beautiful. You're right. Kyle, you're a trooper. Thank you. It was worth it. Add Ryan. Yes. Tamir, you're welcome, and good job, SpaceX. Michael, thank you. Nico, thank you. Michael, thank you. Jake Brownson, I should say Michael John Tavinses, thank you. Jake Brownson, you're welcome for being positive and non-cynical. Thanks for appreciating that. Frank Brands, thank you so much. Peter Schmidt, thank you. Brent Davis, thanks for tuning in too. Seth Baker, I'm pretty sure I saw one of those white cold gas. Yes, you definitely saw something fly off the vehicle. It may have been a cold gas thruster when it landed, but who knows? We'll wait to hear more. Cedric, thank you. Arthur, thank you. Nathan, thank you. Hugeful, where are you? Wow, I got behind apparently. Thank you, Hugeful. R. Kumar, thank you. Patrick, thank you. Tim, great play-by-play. Yay, you're welcome. Seth, you're welcome. I'm glad that you and your kids watch. Seth Pascal, thank you. David Clough, thank you. Clark Moore, way to stick it out in the heat. Flying water towers for the win. Thanks, Clark. Kevin Ball, thank you. Ben Weiss, thank you. Kevin Flynn, thank you. Tom Ray, thanks for showing history. You're welcome. Waited 63 years for this maiden voyage to begin. This is absolutely just the beginning. Thank you so much. Curly Chris, great footage. You don't want to sell it. I'll give you money for that anyways. Thanks, Curly Chris. Zeph Zuvu, thank you. Man on the internet, thank you so much. Cyber Squire, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Andy Yellard, love the show. Bonkers launch. Thank you so much for tuning in. Esselfar, you're welcome for the live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Paul Daly, when is the 2 kilometer hop? The next thing is going to be the StarShip prototypes, Mark 1 and Mark 2. They're kind of racing to see who can be the first one to get to space, basically. So I'm thinking 2-3 months. Elon's probably going to say 1 month. I'm going to say 2 or 3. If we see a Starship launching a full upper stage Starship with 3 Raptors on the test stand, ready to go by the end of the year and flying, I will be shocked, but I'll be here to bring it to you guys. Chris Edgar, you're welcome, Chris. Thank you. Scott Holbert, thank you so much. Katsy, you're welcome for the live stream. James Harford, thank you. Patrick Burke, thank you so much. Brian Joyce, I've seen a horsefly, I've seen a dragonfly, I've seen a housefly. Now you've seen a water tower fly. That's awesome. The Texan 83, everyone want to know what it sounds like for someone to see the face of their God. Listen to Tim react to the safe landing reveal. Oh, that was just ridiculous. Matthias Beach, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. Dennis Nord, you're welcome. AMG Wagon, nice seeing you here, AMG Wagon. Thanks for tuning in. And you're welcome. Thanks for the membership. Gary Vandermeer. Taylor Downs, thank you. Torstein, thank you. I will have a good trip home. Thanks to you guys. Chris Brown, you're welcome. Chris Brown. Aaron Williams, thanks for the membership. Ponzi Pio, enjoyed seeing your epic reaction. Thank you very much. Mad Science Workshop, thanks for sharing your experience. You're welcome. Simon Aitken, thanks for tuning in. You're welcome. James Spalding, I will probably make some kind of flying water tower shirt of some kind, perhaps. Probably needs to happen. Ian Kuhn, thanks for joining. Ben Campbell, thank you so much. Thank you guys for everything. If I haven't said thank you enough, it's because I physically cannot talk anymore. I'm still shaking. I'm going to get some video edited for you guys, get it posted up here as soon as humanly possible. Stand by for that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support.